Once upon a time, in a land far to the south, the Republic of South Africa, there lived a great hero. His name was Nelson Mandela. Mandela was born during a time when South Africa was shrouded in a dark shadow. People were discriminated against based on the color of their skin. Those with white skin held power, while those with black skin were stripped of their freedom. This unjust system was called apartheid, and it bound the hearts of the people like a giant chain. As a young man, Mandela was filled with anger and sorrow. At this unfair world, he refused to stand by and watch. He decided to rise up and break this chain. As a lawyer and a member of the African National Congress, ANC, he continued to advocate for human rights through peaceful means. However, the government, fearing his actions, refused to listen. Finally, Mandela chose the path of armed struggle, to fight for freedom if necessary. As a result, he was charged with treason, and after a long, drawn-out trial, he was sentenced to life in prison. And so Mandela spent 27 long years behind cold prison walls. 27 years, a time long enough for a young man to become a middle-aged man, and then a white-haired elder. But the prison walls could not extinguish the fire in his heart. People all over the world did not see him as a criminal, but as a hero of freedom, and they continued to demand his release. Eventually, times began to change. The injustice of apartheid was being criticized worldwide, and the South African government was finally forced to act. And so, on February 11, 1990, the day finally came. Mandela was released into the free air after 27 years. People who had waited for his release wept with joy. But what surprised them even more was Mandela's subsequent actions. Instead of hating the government and the people who had imprisoned him, he preached the path of forgiveness and reconciliation. His heart was not filled with anger or a desire for revenge, but only with hope for the future. And in 1994, the country's first multiracial election was held, and Mandela was inaugurated as the first president of the Republic of South Africa. He succeeded in transforming a country filled with hatred and conflict into a rainbow nation. Mandela's story teaches us that even in the darkest of times, if we hold on to hope and stand up for what's right, we can change the world. It also shows us that the power of forgiveness and reconciliation is stronger than hatred. His name is still deeply etched in the hearts of people all over the world today as the story of a great hero who believed in the future and loved peace.